Good morning, folks. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, May 11th. We are starting week 3. This week we will be doing essay writing. So I'm going to walk you through the PowerPoint and walk you through the exit slip and the 2 articles that you have to choose between to read. First, we're going to go over our objective. I can apply appropriate strategies to determine the literal and figurative meanings of an essay prompt and find 3 pieces of evidence that strongly answer or support the prompt. So, as I said, this is essay week. We're only writing 5 paragraphs, so, don't feel overwhelmed. Our agenda for the day is we're going to break down the prompt. We're going to research, which has been provided for you. All you have to do is read. And then your exit slip today is sharing your 3 pieces of evidence. So, what is our prompt? Our prompt is, how did British colonialism complicate the idea of home? Well, some of you may be wondering what the heck even is colonialism. So, colonialism is a practice of domination which involves the subjugation of one people to another. Sometimes colonialism is compared to imperialism. Like colonialism, imperialism also involves political and economic control over dependent territory. So for an example, when the Americas were colonized, it was one group of people from Europe coming to the Americas, pushing people off their land, forcing their religion, their ways of life, bringing with them disease, and all sorts of things that basically either wiped out the population or forced the population to assimilate with the more dominant culture. The term colony comes from the Latin word colonus, meaning farmer. This root reminds us that the practice of colonialism usually involved the transfer of population to a new territory, where the arrivals lived as permanent settlers while maintaining political allegiance to their country of origin. Imperialism, on the other hand, comes from the Latin term imperium, meaning to command. So, the bottom line of all of this is that colonialism is the act of taking over territory, living and dying there, but still showing allegiance to one's home country. So, breaking it down, when you're answering the prompt, how did British colonialism complicate the idea of home? You need to put yourself in the position of someone who actually did the colonizing. So imagine that you are a British citizen, born and raised, but you've been living in India for 15 years and you call India home. If India is still under British rule, how do you define home? Is it where you were born and raised in Britain? Or is it where you spent the last 15 years of your life and where you wake up and you live out your day and you sleep there? Why would you call whichever one of them you choose home? And how does colonialism complicate that idea? In order to help you answer the question, I provided 2 pieces of text that can help you find evidence to support your answer. So you're going to choose one of the articles to read. You will be pulling evidence from that article to use in your writing. The other 2 pieces of evidence can either come from Shooting an Elephant, which we read on on last Wednesday, or Back to My Own Country, which was from last Monday. Your reading options are from Britannica.com about Myanmar, and then the other one is from Commons, The Effect of the Colonial Period on Education in Burma. You are going to record your 3 pieces of evidence and share them on the exit slip. It is important to note, you only have to read one of these, okay? So do not try to read both. Pick one, read it. If you want to glance over it to see which one you would like to read, please do so, but you're only choosing one article to read. So I'm going to show you what those 2 articles look like. This is the first one, The Effects of the Colonial Period on Education in Burma. It's not that long of a read. It has some cool pictures in it. Again, you're only looking for one piece of evidence, so once you think that you found a good piece of evidence, please go ahead and record that. This is the one from Encyclopedia Britannica. Again, not that long of an article. But again, if you find evidence that you like, please go ahead and record that. This will be the document where you will record your evidence. So it does have today's date, May 11th, Week 3, Day 1, Evidence Finding. It provides your essential questions so you don't have to go back to the PowerPoint. How did British colonialism complicate the idea of home? Right here, you're going to record the name of the article that you read. So go back to the article and then record the title. And then you're going to provide your evidence. So only one of these needs to come from one of the articles that you read. The other two can come from either story that we read last week. That is all for today. If you have any questions, once again, I am always available on Google Meets. I'm available via email. Please let me know if you have any additional questions. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.